Yo, what's up, guys? This is Adrian Yanez, UFC contender. Uh, Now I'm ranking the best boxers in UFC history.
Max Holloway!
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna have to go Max Holloway at one for sure. Honestly, I will always go back to his fight with Brian Ortega, Calvin Kattar, and even just this most recent one whenever he fought Justin Gaethje. Like, I thought those were really really dope, and like even with his fights with Volkanovski, he was able to land some good solid shots. I think it was just the overall MMA game uh, that kind of got both those wins. But yeah, like, I think his boxing is really really solid. I think it's really really good. He has a good basis. Like, I didn't know how well he could fight off the back foot until I saw the Justin Gaethje fight, and after seeing it, I was like, oh, he's like, he can do it all. Like, I like it. Like, I really like it. And also too, like, being able to fight on the inside, because a lot of people like think boxing, they just think hands, but I was like, no, you got to be able to fight on the inside, fight on the outside, being able to close that distance and be able to land some good combinations. And his combinations are really really good, really really solid. So being able to fight on the inside and then fight on the inside with a dangerous guy like Justin Gaethje, and he did that, like, and he was able to do that to Justin. I was like, you got to, for me, I put him at one. For me, I put him at one. Like, yeah.
Ilia Topuria!
Number two, this is another solid one. I'm probably gonna go Ilia Topuria. He knows where he wants to fight at, and he's putting the pressure, the front. He's putting in heavy pressure on the front foot, like, and it's been hard to kind of stop him to do what he wants to do. You know, if that makes sense. Like, he's really good at setting shots up, and he doesn't let anything fluster him. He's defensively as well too. He's very solid. I got to put that into account as well too. Uh, Ilia creates little small angles. He blocks really really defensively. He does little full counters, and I like the combinations that he's able to build up off of his counters. He put some really great combinations up against Josh Emmett, and then even then, whenever he finished Alexander Volkanovski, like, the whole frame setup to hit that overhand, I believe it was overhand, yeah. Was like just a thing of beauty whenever I was watching it. I'm a big fan of Alexander Volkanovski, but like, the way he set up that knockout to hit Volk, man, one of the greatest featherweights of all time, to do that to him, like, was just a master. It was just beautiful, man. I had, like, watching how he was like just setting it up. Like, I was watching that fight in real, like, whenever I was watching that fight in real time, what I was seeing, I knew he was going to try to look for that right hand, because he was setting it up the whole time. There was always small little things that he was doing to try to set up that right hand. And man, yeah, like, I got to put him at two.
Anderson, the Spider, Silva!
Just off of principle, I'm gonna put Anderson Silva. If he's not in the top five, you know, like, he's like, can't really count it, because again, he switched over to boxing and then put a whooping on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Like, to me, it was like, you don't go against a guy who has 50 plus professional fights with a really winning record and have a performance like that, and you beat him, you know. So for me, like, he's been able to go outside and actually box and have success in boxing, you know. So, and even then, while he was in MMA, like, some of the sharpest counters that you hit that would knock people out. Like, again, like, whenever I like Forrest a lot too, man. I see him at the PI. I don't want to bring it up, but whenever he knocked out Forrest Griffin, man, that was still like a thing of beauty that will forever be on, like, replays no matter what. Like, if you bring up Anderson Silva highlight, man, you're gonna see that knockout where he's on the back foot knocking somebody out, knocking out Forrest, you know. And then even the highlights where he has the defensive highlights where he's making guys with like bad, and pretty much, like, he didn't really even showboat after. He could have, but he could have did the Canelo look away, like, oh shit, where'd that go, you know. But like, nah, he kept it very technical, and, you know, sometimes he gets so elusive, but at the end of the day, I think he's still top five, so I'll put him there.
Dustin
go Dustin Poirier. Yeah, Dustin Poirier. I just feel like he has a good solid fundamentals, and he has good timing. Like again, like once he found out Conor's timing, in that second fight, it was just pretty much like a done deal. As soon as he found the time, as soon as he found his range, like I like the way he fights. Like he finds his timing, he finds his range, and he starts being able to look for his shots. Like he had a good check right hook that he was able to land on Conor, and then his left hand, man, his left hand has so much power. But yeah, good solid fundamentals. He never tries to get out of his base. Tries to stay both feet. Never lets his head get past his knees. Stays based out, so he's able to counter whenever he wants to. But offensively, once he gets going, man, he gets going. And he's able to put up some solid combinations, and especially for MMA, like he has a really good he does a really good guard, especially whenever like people are throwing hand combinations at him. He does really really well. Like he would go to the almost like he would use a version of a Philly shell that he would use also his elbow and kind of go into like a type of like a George Foreman type of guard, but kind of slanted at times. But yeah, no, I think he uses like boxing fundamentals into MMA that work really, really well. And once he gets going, man, he's on it.
Francis the Predator!
I would say Francis at number 5, but I'm not going to. Just because like I was off of principle, the fact that he had a super close fight with Fury, but then got super outclassed by Anthony. I feel like I can't.
Brandon, the assassin, baby! Moreno!
I'm gonna go Brandon Moreno. Yeah, Brandon Moreno. Like he's like I seen him. Like I saw a little bit of footage of him going with like an actual world champ boxing. You know, he does really, really well. He did really, really good. And then also at the same time, like I like his combinations. I like how like whenever he lets his combinations go, he's so fluid with it. He goes to the body, goes to the head. Sometimes defensively he lacks, but offensively he makes up for it. He does a really good job of being able to put up the combinations and create small little angles to open up for more combinations. So yeah, I really love the way when Brandon gets going, like he's just nonstop, and I love it. So I'll put him at 5. 6 to 10. All right, cool. I'm gonna go Pereira. I'm gonna go Conor, Izzy. Just off of principle, I am probably gonna go Masvidal. No hate here, but I am gonna go with Sean. I'm gonna go Sean O'Malley. Ending this out, I would put myself in there, but I like just off of my own principles and the way I judge things, I can't. I want to so bad, but at the same time, for me, I wouldn't be my authentic self if I were to be like, nah, I'm fucking one, So authentically for me, I had to judge this purely unbiasedly. But if it was me, I would have put myself at 1. But again, like I'm doing it unbiased off of like where I feel personally. Like personally, I feel like I'm the best, but me, I had to put my biases aside and judge this stuff. But yeah, the breakdown was fun. It was really, really fun. I'm really excited to showcase, to get myself back in the win column, to show y'all guys that I am one. I know how I personally feel for myself, but I got to prove it to y'all. So for me, this has been a fun list, been a fun time. I'm going to go out there, knock out Vinicius, and I'm going to put myself back at 10, eke my way back in there, just like the rankings.